Who ruled the summer?
I mean, that's a very easy. That's a very.
I think we can agree.
So you're wearing the championship belt. That's why I wore this today.
I mean, this man broke records, and that was for a reason because that man's album was playing nonstop everywhere.
Yeah,
he was
Came out at
playing
the perfect time.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
man, really. Like
Yeah.
he had the airwaves on lock. Like, I don't.
Yo, welcome. This is Above the Wave podcast.
Sobre las olas.
I'm your host, Tone Park. We got Mr. Il J behind the camera.
Yo.
And today we have a special guest for you. It's one of the few guys that I can honestly say has a better ear than me in music. And I don't say that often. We've talked about him a couple times on the pod. This is the boy Steve. Say what's up.
What's up?
Let's have a special hose up for Steve. Oh, shit.
Come on, bro. You're lagging.
I know.
There you go.
Hose up.
Rookie mistakes, all good.
Hose up.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, of course.
Man, welcome.
We were wanting to do this with you a long time.
Yeah.
So
Long time coming.
long time coming.
Yeah.
So Steve actually works in the music industry.
I do.
Do you want to share what you actually do?
Yeah, man. So it's been quite a journey. I started off as a humble mailman. Kind of the.
So CEO is next, right?
That's the next step. Yeah.
Yeah.
One floor at a time. So if anybody at work is watching this, I'm coming for your job.
Get 'em.
Yeah. No, so yeah, I kind of had like that like movie mailman look. You know what I mean? I had a little cart with me, and I had the mail inside and the packages, and like literally like elevator, getting down, giving people boxes. And so from that, you know, meeting people and making a lot of cool connections, and then I was just in the right rooms at the right times, met a lot of cool people, and got the chance to work where I am now. Now I work in production. And so when I say that, a lot of times people are like, oh, so you produce, you make music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that couldn't be farther from the truth.
What's your producer stamp? Stevie on the beat?
It's Stevie on the beat. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. Stevie on the beat is what I go for. Yeah, production. So what that really means is I work with just a lot of different departments, compiling a lot of different assets and things to make sure that the things that you guys hear on Spotify or Apple, Pandora, whatever it is, can actually make it to those platforms. So
Nice.
working with teams to, get audio, get artwork, get clearances, stuff like that. So yeah, that's mostly for digital releases, and then also working with manufacturers for physical releases. So whether that be CDs or vinyls or cassettes, just working with different people to bring that to the fans.
Are you guys still producing a lot of CDs? Is that still a thing?
I feel like CDs are less. I feel like LPs are the hot thing now,
Okay.
I know we kind of spoke about it off camera, but like now there's a lot of different variations that we do for different retailers to maybe, I think, like just try to bring more fan engagement and people interested in buying LPs again.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia for sure. And I think there's something also very special about like being able to hold a record and there's something like that's just, it could set the room to like you kind of got to get up and flip the record on the other side. You know what I mean? There's something about like picking up the needle and dropping it and being able to hear those pops, and it just creates like an atmosphere in the room if you're playing an LP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just a different atmosphere in the room as opposed to just being able to be like, oh, well, let me see what's here and boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like, and if you also buy an LP, it just shows that you're a real fan of something because you're actually going out of your way to spend $35 on a record, as opposed to just being able to scroll through, find whatever you want, and it'd be so instantaneous.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, well, let me go to Amoeba and walk through the what do you call it? Aisles. Thank you. I was gonna say
Yeah, it's
hallways.
been so
I was gonna say
long.
hallways, bro. Jeez.
I mean, their dope is artwork too, though.
No, and that's also the other thing,
Yeah.
bro. It's like you'll get an LP and you'll open it and you'll have all kinds of artwork on the inside that you wouldn't get just by pressing it on your screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you'll get a poster in there, or you'll get something special. Or they'll do like a special release of something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those are.
I'm sure as an artist too, I feel like they'd appreciate people that buy that really support them, and that I'm sure they have fun creating those things too.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt,
As opposed
no
to
doubt.
just like pushing it forward,
Yeah.
which I mean, streaming is, but
Man, you'd be surprised, man. Like I worked on a few different vinyls, and like they get very specific on like, oh well, I want the font to look this way, or the spacing needs to be like this, or certain things need to be the way that they want it done because well, they're the artist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I love that.
It's so different to just be like, all right, well, you know, like I want it to sound this way, yeah, because everyone's gonna hear it in their car or whatever. But there's certain people that want to have like the physical media and for you to make sure that you know that it's specific to them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
so that stuff's really cool, man.
They're really involved. The artists are really
100%.
That's
Yeah, really involved, man. Really involved. And so
Do you have a record
yeah.
player at home?
I do. I actually got one. It was from my sister, and I wanted it as a gift for Christmas years back. This is before I even worked in music.
Like a white elephant or something?
No, nah, it was more like, you know, like, hey, like, little brother, here you go, here's a record player kind of
nice.
thing. It wasn't so much a white elephant, but she bought me an a record player, and the first record she bought me was Milky Chance. I forget what the album was called, but it was a green cover, and it had this one song. It was like a very popular song at the time, and I saw my Coachella that same year, so it was a cool like connection.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Excuse me, seeing them and buying that and having it, and now I have this like really large collection at home. Not even large. I think it's bigger than like probably the average person, but I think a lot smaller than if you have like.
You say like a crate? Like
I have a few.
You put them all up like decoration.
I have this like little rectangular thing that has like a bunch of little cubbies, kinda, and then in those cubbies I have all the LPs. So I think out of the 8 cubbies that I have there, I think 2 or 3 of them are just filled with records, and then I do have a crate on the side.
What was the last record that you bought, or LP?
I mean, I say the last record that I bought.
Do you buy or you just steal them, or do you just?
I don't steal that.
Like,
I don't steal that.
Production, like
Yeah,
this one doesn't look as
yeah.
good as it should be.
That's funny though. You can like, because you do work on them. You're like, all right, like I worked on this. Or I need a sample. I want to hear it. You can get them shipped to you. But the last one that I bought with my own money, I can't even remember, man. Just because again, like I haven't been to a store in so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I could tell you. I feel like I should know that answer to know what I have.
Do you have Frank Ocean's Endless? I think it's called.
No, I don't. I actually have a buddy who bought Blonde. He went to Amoeba and he saw it on the wall, and he's like, "I'm gonna buy it." Big Frank Ocean fan.
Yeah.
And he spent, I think, like $6 just on the record.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
And they go up in price, then obviously, right? I mean,
I would think so, man. Because
Well,
it's like a collector's kind of. I
Yeah.
don't think you put out a lot of them. You know
Wow.
what I mean?
It's like a
So
limited print,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Oh, I know
It's
what it
an
was.
NFT.
I know, right? Yeah, like a physical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was the thing behind NFTs.
So NFTs are supposed to be.
Yeah. The last LP that I bought, I want to say, this is the one that I at least remember buying, was Inglewood Sir. He came out with a limited edition baby blue LP for his first ever album that he put out through Fresh Selects.
nice.
So this is before he was even signed to TDE. This was before he had any association with them.
Nice, yeah.
And then he put out this this album. It's like repress of this like fan favorite album. Because if you know him and you like him, you really like this album. And so he put it out, and it came with like all the original artwork and more. And then it came out with like this like limited edition poster. So now I put the poster up in my crib.
Nice.
The album is dope. It's like this baby blue color. It's really nice.
Nice, man.
So that was the last one I'd say that I remember buying.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was a cool
I
one.
like that.
Do you have a record player, Tony?
No, I don't have a record player.
Bro,
Step
if
your
you
game
get
up, bro.
one, I mean, do you have one?
I have 2. I
You
have
have
2
two?
techniques. I used
Okay.
to DJ, so I still have them, yeah.
Okay, you know, so there's this thing in Hollywood. I don't know if you heard about it. I think the place is called Record Parlor, or like Record Parlor LA or something like that,
Okay, no,
right?
I haven't.
So you go there,
Yeah.
and they have their store. Like you can walk in, buy whatever you want, and then they have this other room in the back where it's just like just an endless amount of records. And so what you do is you buy one record, and then you have access to go in that room and get whatever you want, however many you want.
No way.
I mean, I'm sure there's like only like 100 or something like that. But even to get like 100, you know what I mean? There's people in line, crates, but obviously there aren't maybe like well-known albums. There might just be some like old school. You know what I mean?
Some
Like,
old school is dope, though.
yeah, and the cool thing is,
it's like a treasure hunt. Maybe
exactly right. It's like a treasure hunt. It's like a treasure hunt. So
Like
you
going
go
to
back
Ross,
there.
but better. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that where you got your Bad Bunny shirt?
Exactly. I bought off this guy
I
on
like
the
it, bro.
corner. I
On the way
literally.
to the concert?
Yeah. The
You gotta,
$5,
you gotta
$5,
support your
$5.
local vendors, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
man,
Shout
No,
out to
it
them.
was a guy in a canopy. There's this swap meet in downtown.
Ross.
Well, that's how you get right. Like Ross, you're sitting there for like 3 hours looking for like the perfect shirt, and you come back with like 2 things.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, real quick, I went there when we were talking off camera because I had only shorts And so when I went to the concert to see Swedish House,
Yeah.
I went across the street to Roscoe, get some pants real quick, and then made it back to the. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So it
You
worked
put
out.
pants on?
Yeah, well, because we're going to see, we're going to Omnia after. I wasn't sure it was going to be open. So
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
but the little
gotcha,
slacks
gotcha.
there. Yeah.
yeah, I got some just like skinny jeans or thin jeans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to the women's section and get the extra tight?
Yeah.
The
I
women's
had to,
cut?
man. Yeah. No.
The thick woman? Some apple bottoms?
That's great.
My pants said juicy on the back.
They're all bedazzled in the back. Yeah, I like that. Juicy.
Oh, fuck.
That's great.
Another funny thing about Steve is there was like a moment in time where every time I'd go to a concert or something, I just kept bumping into him.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
true.
Even like random, we went to, there was this like Miguel one.
I knew. I was about to say that.
There's only
man.
like 40 people in the room.
That's right.
Like he literally played a concert.
Yeah.
No bigger than this room.
Yep.
They just served wine.
40 people.
Oh, right. It was like
That's dope.
I think it was like through NPR,
Yeah.
and it was to like promote one of his albums, and then one of my buddies, Steven, somehow won tickets on the radio, knowing that I was a big fan, or he won them like online. I don't even know how he won them, and then he was like, "Dude, let's go." And it was like in Venice in this like
Yeah.
little record or like this like recording studio,
Yeah.
and it was just Miguel and like an intimate group.
Yeah.
Was this before he crotch slammed that girl in the face?
I think it might have been. Yeah, my boy just went WWE and just let the leg go.
That was. Oh,
That
God.
was crazy, man.
I'm sure she got paid pretty well for that.
I would think so. I would think so.
It was basically like watching a Tiny Desk live.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, that's a good way to
really
put it.
cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Yeah, a friend of mine just took me, and basically I'm just standing there, and like someone bumps into me, and I'm just like trying to look over. I'm like, "Fucking Steve, what the fuck?"
That's right.
Always good, always good. So the summer is officially over now. The heat wave's over.
Thank God, man.
It's all gone.
Praise.
Summer's 2022, the first summer we've had basically open, at least in California. Not like
Yeah,
Miami.
it's
You've
been
had
it's been
a couple summers now.
Yeah.
What were some albums or songs that stood out for you guys? Who ruled the summer?
I mean, that's a very easy. That's
Yeah.
a very
I
that's
mean,
a
I think we
very.
can agree.
So like you won the championship belt. That's why I wore this.
I mean, this man broke records, like, and that was for a reason because
Yeah.
that man's album was playing nonstop, everywhere.
Yeah.
He was
Came out at the
playing.
perfect time.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
man. Really, like
Yeah.
he had the airwaves on lock. Like I remember at one point, you listen to the radio, you might hear a song or two back to back. You know what I mean? Like you might hear him played regularly.
Yeah.
But like maybe like one song. This man at one point, I turned on like one of the radio stations, one of the Latin stations. They were playing this man's album from front to back on the entire radio station.
Damn.
Like, bro, no one else playing but him
Yeah.
on the radio station for that period of time for the album. And I was like, yo, this man is really literally playing his whole album.
Yeah.
No one can do that. Name
That's
another
crazy.
artist that can just play their album from
And it's
front to back
it's
on
a
the
double
radio.
album.
That's crazy.
You can't.
It's a double album. There's like 20-something songs.
It's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And you best believe I was sitting to the radio station just like this, just like listening to every song
That's pretty
play.
cool.
And,
Yeah.
and what was cool about it, it was almost like a director's cut, where it's like
Okay.
he's explaining every song before he plays it.
That's sick.
And it was him. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like this next song,
Oh,
it
nice.
was like that, or it was like this. And I think one of the cool parts that I heard him say was in that transition of party, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
like that gap. There's like that small, like maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds where he doesn't say anything. And I heard someone else describe it as like it was a moment to reflect as to like all the nastiness that you had just done because of the song just ended. It was a moment to like reflect. But it was also, I think he was saying how it's like it transitions to the second part of the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it creates like a different vibe of the album. So you'll notice like in the first half, it's like, perreo, it's like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
And the second half is like aguacero. It's like these like songs that just like make you just want to just vibe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was cool as he explains the songs and everything that he did. And then you hear it, to actually be able to hear it from the artists themselves.
Yeah,
It
that's
was mad
pretty
dope. It was mad dope. Yeah.
I agree he was the artist of the summer.
Yeah.
I think my top two albums, and I don't even know if you can even, it's cheating, is Bad Bunny and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't
Man.
Yeah, just cheating.
That's
But yeah,
cheating.
I mean,
man.
it is what it is, though.
It is, and I was gonna say like I feel like the Drake one, you can maybe divide the room with that kind of answer because I know people were like,
Yeah, they're split down the middle.
bro, this album sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, shut your mouth. I'm gonna go dance to Massive right now.
It's,
No, he was on it on that album. And what was crazy was I remember him also saying is like, The people who don't get it right now are gonna get it later. Like
Yeah.
he's just like, if you don't get it, if you don't like this album right now, it's because you don't understand what's about to happen. And then sure enough, what happens like a few weeks later? Beyonce comes out with like that same song, you know, that same vibe, like that same dance song. And everyone's like, oh my god, yep, this is it.
I think if Bad Bunny, if Drake didn't drop that album, I don't think I would have liked Beyonce's album that much. And I'm not Beehive. I normally don't like her stuff. I like a couple of songs.
Yeah.
But this album was one I actually went back to, which was funny. My wife was just like, "You're listening to it again?" I'm like, "Dude, like this is hot." Like, there are some songs on here that are hot.
Yeah.
I mean, and
They
they both
both
did.
killed it.
I love that they both went to like legends in EDM and got some beats from them. You know,
Who Drake hit?
Carnage.
Really?
Yeah,
Black Coffee, right?
Black
He
Coffee.
also got Black Coffee.
Black Coffee executive produced it. Carnage.
The whole album?
Yeah,
Or the song?
No,
A song.
Black
Something.
Coffee executive produced the whole album.
Really?
Yeah, but he has like 4 executive producers. He's one of them.
Wow.
Carnage did probably like 4 or 5 songs under Gordo, under his house
Okay.
alias.
That makes so much. I mean, the Black Coffee makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that kind of vibe on the album, like the Afro house.
Oh, perfect
vibe.
blend.
Yeah, it's he's unreal, bro.
Yeah, the Afro and EDM blend goes together so seamlessly.
Yeah.
I love the way it sounds.
Wait, who was Beyonce's? Who
Green Velvet.
I'm more of a Red Velvet guy myself.
She had a couple other on there right now. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I mean Drake wrote for her on a song.
Okay.
But the same type of thing.
Well,
Do you think they create a new wave moving forward? Like other artists are gonna dip into the house music, or not really? What do you guys think?
Yes.
I would say. I mean, they're just big influences. I just feel like if you're maybe like an upcoming artist, like you see them and you're like, wow.
What I just thought about this right now, but you think about Calvin Harris's album. He had like so many different artists on his like what was it, like Funk Waves Volume 2?
Funk Waves, yeah.
Like artists I wouldn't even think would be on that. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious now, like moving forward, like all these artists have been on like those kind of like beats, like house. So I'm just curious, like how it's gonna move forward now.
I would say, I mean, because you have like an artist like that big, like Drake or Beyonce, and it's like I feel like they're so big and their fan base is so large where they can just experiment and make whatever they want, you know, like and whether you like it or not, whatever. I'm still gonna get paid. Someone's gonna still like it. My fans are still gonna like it.
Yeah.
But it's now a chance for them to maybe explore a different avenue or like a different sound that maybe they aren't used to.
Yeah.
And I think that's dope because I feel like maybe artists will maybe find it brave or maybe find it like, wow, like that's sort of like if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. Let me try something new. Let me try something different.
Yeah.
And maybe that might be
New collabs and all that stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like why not? You know?
Yeah.
Why not? You see like
that.
different artists making dope stuff, and it's like, well, then if they can do it, why not? Why not us? You know? Why not somebody else?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, they're the biggest in the game. So, I think they doubled. Basically, Drake came out and she just doubled down on it. If Drake came out and just did it by himself, you would get like a wave of people doing it.
Yeah.
But it'd probably die out pretty quickly. But
Yeah.
since she came in and did it too, I think that's going to be the sound it'll roll next summer. But from multiple
so?
artists, yeah.
Do you guys think that he knew she was gonna come out with that, and he's like, let me beat her to it?
I
We
think
talked
so.
about this.
Yeah, I think so.
We were talking about how like Chris Brown wasn't in the memo because like with his album, like totally missed it. Nothing was house on that. Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was in the convo.
Yeah.
He wasn't at that conference.
Yeah, I think with Chris Brown was his album just the sound sounds old, you know, and it's he's just doing regular R&B, you know, like he didn't take it to that next step. There's no chances on the album. There's nothing on that album sounds like let me take a chance with this. Let me experiment.
Which
Right.
is funny because he has done some house music or like
And he's
EDM.
been great. Benny,
right?
the song with Benny Benassi,
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, he's been amazing at
Yeah.
house music.
So-
And he was doing it before everyone else did 10 years ago, 12 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
He's been in the game for a minute too, huh?
Yeah, since the mid 2000s, right? 2006,
I remember
2005.
just being in middle school, just be like singing that Yo song and like putting myself in that music video. You know what I mean? Like Yo.
Yeah, for real.
Fellas, have you seen?
No, his longevity's pretty. It's crazy.
He's
man.
going, bro. He's still going.
But some
Man,
of the guy, what's his name? Angelo was saying that he thinks like, or you too, like his like his reign's kind of like falling off. Now.
I mean, it's a possibility. So he has the talent to last forever, because he can act, he can sing, he could dance, he could perform, he could do whatever the fuck he wants. But
act. Huh?
yeah,
He's an actor.
He's in Takers.
He's also an artist too. He
And
actually like
He's a painter, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
Painter.
that. I've seen that.
He designs clothes. I mean, he's just an artistic
Yeah.
bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. However, musically, he hasn't done anything that surprised anyone in a while. You know, I mean, this album kind of came and went. I don't know. I haven't really heard anybody talking about it.
Was it that 40 song album? Are you guys talking about that one?
Yeah, Breezy, right? Was it called
Breezy? Yeah.
The one that's like 40 songs on it.
Something like
Was
that.
was that a different one?
No, that was that one. But he's been doing that the last couple of albums or something, and I don't know why this doesn't.
But on his last album, we were talking about this too. No Guidance was on there, but it was with Drake.
Okay,
so
yeah.
That was a banger.
That was a good song.
That's an amazing song.
I love that song.
There's a cover of that I play a lot. I forget who does it, and it's on my my beach playlist, and it's just perfect. Like, because that song is so good, any version that's close to it just sounds amazing. That's such a good song. Even the video's dope.
Yeah, it is a good video.
We got to get his take real quick. So in a versus like with Chris Brown, who can beat him real quick, or who can compete with him?
Ooh. You know what I'm gonna say, bro? I'm gonna say Usher.
We were kind of talking about that.
I would say. I think Usher's up there.
He also talked about this too. I don't know if you heard. Chris Brown was like, he was saying that like that's his big brother. He kind of showed him the ropes.
Yeah.
He goes, but like he was kind of steering away from the question. He goes, I wouldn't ever do that. He says the only thing he would do is like if they're gonna like lift each other up, they would do something. I got
you.
At the end of the day, he says, but my songs are just my songs. He has like so many songs that he can.
I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll give you another answer, and I'm gonna say this only because I remember hearing these two kind of at the same time growing up as a kid. But I still think Chris Brown beats him. But I think it'd be interesting. Neo.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah. Neo. He has dope songs too.
I think Neo's more like lovey-dovey kind. You know what I mean?
But he has a voice. He can dance a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of has that. He's an actor as well. You know what I mean?
So and he's bald, so I got to go for him.
That's true. Bald boys. You got to go for it. You got that is your man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe him and Neo, but I don't know that it's a fair fight.
Yeah.
I think Chris Brown might have him beat a little bit.
Chris Brown still has him.
Yeah.
I think Neo still has.
Maybe I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the same thing could be said. Neo just came out with an album. Did you guys even know that?
No. I heard his album before this one.
That's exactly my point.
The album before this one I actually enjoyed, but I didn't hear this one. It dropped this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to run back and listen to it. Is it worth listening to?
I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, because I didn't hear any buzz about it. I mean, one thing is I follow a lot of music people, so I'm just like, if someone's talking about it, even if they mention it once, I'm like, all right, let me check it out.
Yeah.
But I had no buzz on this one.
Yeah.
But I'm down to check it out. I mean, he's good.
Oh, there's no denying that.
Yeah, great voice.
I think, only those two. I think maybe another person in the future who's kind of like maybe on the rise in the Chris Brown space, Lucky Day, kind of has, but I mean, not yet, obviously. I think he's way too early.
He has potential.
But I think he has some crazy potential, bro.
Gotcha.
Crazy potential.
Yeah, I like Lucky Day.
That guy is, yeah.
His album was not, my expectations of him were so high that his album just didn't hit it for me.
Drip.
You know? Outside of the concept art, all that was great, but the album itself wasn't that
wasn't there for you?
Any other albums or songs? What was your song of the summer? What was like
my song? That's a good question. That's so tough because I want to go back to those two albums because it's just like you playing those albums nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
You were talking about one artist that Aisha.
Yeah, Aisha. Aisha's this dude out of Spain, and he is crazy good, man. He has this like Afrobeat, Spanish like sound to him, and he is just crazy good, man. One of the songs that he just came out, I think one of the newest songs is called Las Brats, but he has so many other good joints, man. Un ratito más. He just has a lot of good jams, man. And it kind of has that Afrobeat, like the drums and a lot of different, like just a lot of different cool instruments in the songs. Like the instrumentation in the music is really good.
How do you spell it?
Aissa. Aissa. There's these other cats. I'm not sure if they're from Mexico, but they're called missionaries. Or los missionaries. And they have, and like that, but they're spelled like I don't even know how to, MRZ, something crazy. But they like their tag is like missionary, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then the S in their name is a $. But they just came out with a song recently called also Pajaritos. And that song's dope.
Little birds.
But yeah, those two songs have been playing heavy as well, aside from the Drake and the Bad Bunny. But yeah. What about yourself?
A song was heavy this summer was On My Lay and featuring Justin Bieber.
Attention.
Come on now, that remix.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Yep.
He did the same thing with Thames and
WizKid
for Essence.
Yep.
Fucking his voice over Afrobeats is amazing.
Yep.
He just dropped a song recently called "Free Love" or something. Just
Okay.
a week or two ago.
Okay.
I didn't like the beginning of it, but once the Afro beats come in, it's just like, fuck. His voice just glides over that shit.
Yeah.
Do you think he's ever going to get...
That attention song is dope.
Do you think he's ever going to get a respect?
You think so?
Do you think he's ever going to get the respect he deserves? Or everyone's going to still see him as that little kid?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't... He'd have to do... I don't see it. I don't see him ever coming back from, like... that stardom that he had, you know, like being the young boy with the hair, you know. I think I flipped it wrong, but yeah. I don't see that happening. I think he's amazing. I think his fans adore him, but I don't know that he'll come back to reign like he used to.
But do you think he gets the respect from actual artists outside of like, of course, the artists respect him. I'm saying fans outside of his group. So like, he's like 28 now, 29, 30, something like that. But
out of his target audience, you're kind of saying?
But his target audience grew up with him, so like they grew up with him, but I'm saying outside of them. So, for example, Journals is one of my favorite albums, period, and it's my favorite Justin Bieber album. So many times I would play this album for people, and I would just play the song and say, hey, who is this? I wouldn't tell them, who is this? And you see them just there vibing. I'd be like, Justin Bieber. Shut up. No, it's not. Justin Bieber. He's fire. Like, he's really good as an R&B artist, you know?
Yeah. That's great. It's like one of those commercials. Have you seen these people where it's like they're eating a Whopper at like a restaurant, like a fancy 5-star restaurant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, how was your burger, sir? Best burger I've ever had.
Yeah.
I can taste the fire on it, you know? And they're like, yeah, it's a Whopper. And they're just like, no.
Yeah.
Like, they're just so angry with themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not comparing Justin Bieber to a Whopper, but in this case, I guess maybe I am.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Justin Bieber. You think he's ever going to get his respect or no?
Bieber?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
You think he has it yet or not yet?
Oh, I mean, I yes and no. I feel like so many people love him, but then like I feel the people that don't love him, they appreciate his music when they don't know it's him.
Yeah.
So it's like a.
Yeah, but once you know it's him, they're like, I don't.
Yeah,
I
it changes all. Yeah.
Right. Like, well, I think it's maybe also like you don't want your people to know that you like Justin Bieber like that. You know what I mean? Like,
because
you
you
don't
think of him like when he first came out.
Exactly.
Right? Like Teeny Bopper, like long hair.
Right.
He's not that same dude
Baby,
anymore. He grows. Everybody grows. But
well, it's like right now, right? Like I've been playing that Harry Styles album a lot.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
The Watermelon, was it?
I don't even know. I don't know what the album's called.
Yeah.
I think the album's called Harry's House, right?
Okay.
And
the song is Watermelon.
The song's Watermelon Sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one's on the album. Well, whatever. But I kind of like associate him like that, where it's like, like, dude, you listen to Harry Styles, bro. You're a 30-year-old man, right? But it's like,
One
if
Direction?
you hear, but if you hear the album, it's really good. It is very, very good.
I gotta give it a listen. One of my favorite artists is Zayn.
Yeah.
I fucking love him.
He's great, bro. He's great.
But see, I didn't know who he was in One Direction. I don't even know One Direction song. I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be like, because it's so commercially popular. But like, I wasn't even a fan of theirs or nothing. I just heard his song with Timbaland a couple years ago, and I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it ended up being him. And his last album had a couple songs with like Sid and other people. Yeah. I highly recommend it if you haven't listened to it.
All right, well, I'll give you One Direction, and you give me the other one, and we'll check it out.
All right, well, Harry Styles, Zayn.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're going in One Direction.
That's it.
Real quick, I wanted to say, I hate to talk about this, but we had horrible news today. PNBRock passed away, murdered from a botched robbery or day robbery.
Roscoe's, right?
Yeah,
Roscoe's.
That's crazy, man. That's sad.
It's crazy, man. R.I.P. to him, man.
Rest in peace. You know,
rest in peace.
Special hose up for you. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
You know it. So I found out from just Instagram, but you were telling me, you're the one that told me it was at Roscoe's, right?
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's actually really interesting. I was reading more into it a little while ago, and some people apparently are giving a lot of heat to his girl. Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I
saw that too.
And it, like, come on, man, it's like one of the hardest days, if not the hardest day of her life. and to now go and put this on top of her is pretty rough. I understand where people are maybe coming from because we saw something very similar to Pop Smoke, right? Where you're posting your location and stuff, and that's one thing. But yeah, I just feel like you just need to be maybe a little more conscious when you know the type of celebrity that you're with, or like the
yeah, I know. Why not maybe post like a couple hours later?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and yes, like it's
in hindsight now.
It's right. But then there was also an interview that happened a few weeks prior where he was also like they almost tried to get him again, like before that.
Oh, so it's nothing new.
So it's nothing new. It happened to him previously where there were some people around him that he kind of had a bad vibe with, and his girl was there with his kid, and so he was like, you know what, he's like, let's leave because I don't feel sick. Something's wrong here. So then they left, and then his girl's like, actually no, like let's go to this other store. And then he saw these guys again, and then he's like, let's just get out of here because these guys were like trying to say some stuff and get in his face, and he just dipped, right? Yeah. But yeah, what's crazy is like he's saying this now, and it's like this just happened not too long ago, and now you hear this news, and it's very tragic.
I heard something about like they had like a whole wad of money or something. Is that something? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, all these artists, rappers, singers. I mean, he's a rapper singer. That's why I love the style so much. They always post that they have all this money on them, their jewelry and stuff. Don't. It's fine for the post, but I mean, I don't know if they really walk around like that.
Yeah, that's just dangerous, man. That's just crazy, man.
I think, like you said, post. If you're gonna post something, post a couple hours later.
Right.
You're at Roscoe's. You don't have to tag the Roscoe's you're at. There's like 30 in LA. Just put at Roscoe's. Right. But he did mention one thing in that interview with Academics where he was saying that this happened before, where people in LA they're just. They're very blunt with their gangbanging and
they just come up to you. They won't try and be like sneaky about it. They just come up to you.
But he was saying how like at the time his girl didn't understand. And I don't know if it's like a male thing or something where when you grow up in these harsh environments that you always have like your senses up, right? So you can always kind of this ain't right here. Let's get out of here. And I don't think girls have that same. No offense to girls. I'm sure there are girls who have it, but
I'm not generalizing. Yeah, I mean they don't. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I've been in situations where I'm just like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like you can just read the room. You can read the vibes differently. They're too worried about if a guy's staring at them or trying to talk to them. Like we're literally.
There's other issues that they're worried about.
Like
dude, I've seen real quick. I seen some random dude's TikTok, and he kind of rides around in LA, just kind of like showing whatever. And he was going down Skid Row, and there's like this couple that was like on their phone, like in Skid Row, like lost. You know what I mean? They weren't from around there. And then he kind of like
place to
went
be lost,
around.
man.
There's like a guy across the street, and then he went around like half the block and came back around. There's like 4 people across the street, and he kind of went up and says, "Hey guys, you guys are gonna get robbed right now. Just walk this way, trust me." And they're just like, "Oh, okay, yeah." It's like, I think I don't know if it's a skill. It's like. I don't know. Is it a skill? I guess it is. Like, or just like something that you're tuned, you're tuned to it. Like, okay, like
right.
You just develop it differently.
Yeah.
I think for men, or especially people that just grew up in LA, maybe it's different.
Yeah.
Than if you grew up like in the Midwest and stuff like this doesn't happen.
That's true.
Right?
It could be that's
Because I mean, if you're a tourist or something and you somehow end up in Skid Row, you're not gonna know where you are,
yeah,
what type of area you're in, as opposed to someone who's from the place and can be like, let me guide you out of here because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know that you're in a dangerous place, and
I mean, this can happen anywhere, but it's scary out there, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone has to watch their back at all times.
Exactly, and LA is not. I mean, I know all the artists moved to LA, but why? Also, he was in South Central. What are you doing in South Central?
And I was telling you as well, like there was another artist recently, I think maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago, who had a similar incident, but the outcome was completely different. Like this guy ended up taking the life of the attempted robber.
Wow.
The artist did. But this guy had a lot of cojones because afterwards he's like posting like, not making jokes or making like any kind of like.
Told y'all not to try me.
But almost like that. Like don't try me. Like you just like know who you're dealing with, kind of thing. And then he even posted a picture of like like this guy's like messed up my shoes or something like that. Yeah. But it's just man, it's crazy place, man.
There's no benefit in trying to be the I guess, the toughest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Right?
There's always gonna be somebody else, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if not, they have a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's
and even if you have a gun, maybe there's one, but next time they come back with 2 or 3. Like, it's never safe,
it's a
especially.
never-ending battle. It's just like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure this doesn't happen just in L.A.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But L.A. itself, this has always happened.
Yeah.
You know, this is not, unfortunately, this is not new to L.A. We don't even respect the greatest people like Nipsey or something who we have the most respect for, you know. So, rest in peace. Sorry this happened. I enjoy you as an artist. I'm sure you enjoy some of his stuff.
Yep.
Great artist. Sucks.
Yeah, man.
Sucks. I'm a little stumbled. That just sucks.
We could switch it up. Talk about the UFC fight.
Oh yeah. So
switching gears a little bit.
Fuck Hamzat.
Are you into UFC?
Yeah, you know, I'm not into UFC. I know Tony and I briefly exchanged some words about it. But I did kind of keep up with the fact that this guy missed weight. Yeah. I don't know I don't know what he was supposed to hit or maybe whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he still kicked dude's ass, right? He's still
No, he fought someone else.
Oh, word.
So
okay, see that I did not know.
So what happened is he came in 7.5 pounds overweight, and so
UFC 279.
UFC 279.
Wait, 7 pounds?
7.5
pounds.
I feel like that's a big number, no?
Oh, bro, that's another weight class. Just to give guys like a reference, there was a champion that was over by 0.5 pound, and he got stripped of his belt.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 2 months ago, Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
I feel like 7 pounds is a significant amount when it comes to something like that.
Not only that though, it's like when you have to drain your body.
Yeah.
That much.
Right.
It gives you an advantage over somebody that doesn't have to go that far.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff that said that happened. I don't know if you want to get into it, but it's pretty deep, man.
Yeah. So supposedly long story, but I'll try to keep it short. So first of all, there was a press conference on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The main event was supposed to be Khamzat Chimaev versus Nick Diaz, everyone's favorite rapper at this point.
So it was those
Nate
two.
Diaz,
yeah.
Man, see,
Nate Diaz.
I'm sorry, I know nothing about it.
Not Nick.
Because right now I'm just shook.
But then basically backstage, Kevin Holland and Khamzat were basically talking shit. There was some kicks thrown. They had to be taken away by security.
Oh, wow. And apparently, too, Nate was getting into it, too. His team with
Yeah, so I guess what happened was...
Yeah.
Was by the time Nate Diaz's army showed up, they had separated it, and then he just started throwing water. Like, he jumped in the fight, started throwing water bottles. So it's a huge thing. So they couldn't even have a press conference.
Wow.
So then...
Apparently.
Yeah. Well, there is a video that did leak.
Right.
So was this the cover-up of the missing weight, or was the missing weight recorded?
The weight was the next morning.
Oh.
The next day, they went to make weight. Khamzat came in 7.5 pounds over. Supposedly what they're saying...
But how did he come out, though? You have to kind of tell the whole story, bro.
Well...
real quick, he came out kind of like how do you say that?
Unapologetically.
Okay.
So he's kind of like, oh, that's not that bad. And then kind of smirks and then like flips off the cameras and like walks off. And mind you, before this, like he was kind of like everyone was starting to like him because he's like the new guy taking out everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like a monster, bro. Like he is.
So you guys think that it was planned?
I mean, that's what people are saying. That
how do you plan to gain 7.5 pounds over?
Well, the reason why, because everyone was giving UFC a lot of crap because Nate Diaz is like kind of on the tail end of his career.
Okay.
And then they could just throw this monster in with him, which is like, why would you do that in his last fight?
Oh, it's his last fight.
On the contract.
Got it.
So what they're saying is that Nate was fighting. UFC put Nate against him to make this guy fight Nate, win, and then his star will rise.
Yeah.
Right, so because he doesn't have as much fans, but as far as like hardcore MMA fans,
they all love Nate. Yeah, so maybe
hardcore MMA fans knows Khamzat is good, but no one knows him outside. No, he's not commercially known yet.
Got it.
But Nate Diaz is commercially known.
I mean, I know the name, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it's like, we'll fight this guy. He's commercially known. If you beat him, you're commercially known.
Got it.
You're the next star.
Got it.
And
so you're saying the UFC went against this household name to take him out on his last fight?
Yeah, because supposedly there's a lot of beef between Nate and like UFC and Dana White, whatever.
Wow.
Love-hate relationship.
So then now the conspiracy is that this Khamzat guy was like, you know what, man, I like you, and I want to do that to you.
I don't know if it was that. It was more maybe like I don't know. Like they're trying to save like Nate's legacy.
Because like what does this Hamzat guy gain?
Well, what ended up happening is this is a story.
Yeah.
That when he was trying to cut weight, the morning of his trainer was like, something seems off. Let's call the doctors. Doctors came in and said, he's not draining weight properly. Stop it. So supposedly they made him stop cutting weight at like 5 a.m.
And that's the story,
that's the story. So that's why he ended up coming in 7.5 pounds over.
And there's different stories about that too. They said 5 a.m. and somebody else said 5 p.m. So it's just
so
like the coach and Cosmet. So it's like different stories a little bit on that.
Yeah, and then the coach says he was the one that stopped it.
Yeah.
The weight drain, not the doctor.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of we don't know the truth.
The weight drain, bro.
And then
how do you drain weight? I need to learn that.
What's
the
code, bro? Huh?
A lot of fighters do. They just like
Yeah.
dehydrate. Yeah. It's
Dehydrate. You get in a sauna. There's these sauna things where you sit down like this and they put it over you and they just pump all this hot air and it's basically a sauna.
It's all water weight. Just
those like the suits, yeah, like the
but it goes beyond that, bro. Like you see some guys like standing up, they can't even like stand because they're so like out of it just to make weight.
And then when they gotta fight the next day.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying like it's a huge advantage if you have like 7.5 pounds.
Yeah, because a lot of guys, they can gain 20 pounds.
Yeah.
There's some guys who are very efficient at weight losing, that they can gain 20 pounds overnight. You know, because it's 12 p.m. where they weigh the first time, and then they don't fight till 8 p.m. the next day. So once they're done, they just start loading up on fluids and water.
Yeah.
They eat, and then next day they're, 25 pounds heavier.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So that's why weight classes are dangerous.
Yeah, and like Nate said though too, he tweeted it or he put it on his Instagram, pretty much saying that he didn't miss weight, he just didn't cut weight. That's because that's so huge. You know what I mean? Like you don't miss it by like 8 pounds. You know what I mean? It's, doesn't make any
because
sense.
you start losing weight beginning of camp, so you have 2 months camp.
So then my thing is like, all right, well then at that point you have a fight the next day. Now you gotta get a new fighter, and then you have only 1 day to learn their fighting style and adjust your
that's part
your
of
fight.
It.
Well,
so
that's what happened. So their 3 top fights, they basically shuffled them.
Wow.
On the last day, or the day before.
The day before, they shuffled all of them. So,
and you remind you're training months for the fight this one guy.
Person. You have like strategies. I would think. Yeah.
So like after Nate Diaz's fight with Tony Ferguson, which I thought was a better matchup. I think it ended up being better matchups for everybody.
Well, it was just or OGs against OGs.
Yeah.
Okay. It was cool.
So Nate Diaz fought Tony Ferguson, and after they asked him about it, he goes, "Man, I haven't thrown any punches in 2 months. All I did was wrestle for 8 weeks."
Yeah, because this dude Kamzat is like a monster wrestler, bro. Just strong and like a bull.
Isn't that how he won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even. The guy went to touch gloves.
Yeah.
And he faked to touch, shot, grabbed him, put his lock on him, and then just rolled around for about 2 minutes, and then got him in a chokehold and stopped.
The thing fight lasted 2 minutes.
He didn't even get hit, bro. Kamzat didn't even. And then that's his third fight like that. That guy didn't even touch him.
But see, that's messed up for the other guy, right? Because it's like you're probably, like you said, you're training to fight somebody, not to defend yourself against a wrestler.
And then Connor kind of chimed in. He's like, bro, like they should have took him off the card. Like, why are they just like switching everything for this guy to work in his favor?
So
it's because he's a new guy, and I think Dana's trying to like.
Well, also the whole card itself. I mean, he could have done what he like Dustin Poirier said he got the call.
Yeah,
he could have just flew him in, kept the whole card the same. Took Kazmat off, right?
I think Dustin, he's the one that called. He's like, I'm ready. I can cut weight.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's so many fighters ready to jump in on that, especially a Nate Diaz fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. I hope every fighter got a pay raise except him.
Same.
That'd be unfair because everyone got paid more to switch their fights. Because there was one guy who fought at 170, fought a guy at 180 just because they had to switch it up.
Wow.
Some Chinese guy, the Leech. Yeah.
Dude, he
won,
I thought
he won.
Everyone said he thought they won. And
but then the other guy, they gave it to the other guy. So
see, if I knew UFC was this exciting every fight, maybe I'd watch a little bit more.
Oh, dude, the next one's going to be fire. But yeah, this one was crazy. A lot of drama.
Next one's going to be fire. It's going to be like 12 in the afternoon. It's going to be even better. So you can daydream, barbecue. It's fun.
Is it? I didn't know it was going to be at that time.
Yeah, because it's in Abu Dhabi. So the fight's over. Everything will be over by like 4 or 5
He's fighting
Islam.
Islam, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be a battle, bro.
It's funny, Islam.
The nation of
Like
Islam.
the nation of Islam. Yo, in
In
Abu
Abu
Dhabi.
Dhabi.
Yo,
We fighting the whole
Superman
country,
taking on
bro.
the army, bro.
wow, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah,
See
so-
that? Okay, that I would watch. If I knew every fight was like that, yeah, bro.
Well, so I think the benefit of watching UFC or MMA or UFC as opposed to like boxing, where boxing you're mainly like so many people concentrate on just like championship fights. Where UFC, some of the best fights are just two regular, like not two regular guys, but just two like ranked guys. But there are guys, there are some of the best fights you ever watch, and these guys aren't even ranked. No one even barely knows their names, and because it's fighting, it's like this. How many people go on Twitter and watch like street fights just like randomly, just like, oh shit, this is crazy.
Imagine like when Kimbo Slice used to fight, right? It was like backyard. Also, the guy with the long hair. What's that guy's name? The guy that got knocked out.
Oh,
The flying punch. What's the guy's name? The Hispanic foot. Masvidal.
Masvidal. Yeah,
Those guys were used to the street fights, right? And everybody was like, yo, on on YouTube, like, yo, street fight.
yeah, exactly. Now, Kimbo Slice was a movement.
Yeah, and he made it to UFC. So just
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
Masvidal,
right.
Yeah.
I think we should make like a
pod fight.
no, bro, even better, like a freaking Mortal Kombat fight. You put these fools on the roof of Abu Dhabi, and these guys are fighting on the roof to the death. You know, yeah.
It's like on a mat and then like lava around them.
Exactly.
And if you fall off, you're dead.
Yep.
Just like
You get him with the uppercut, and they gotta like fall through the wood. You know what I
Then you
mean?
got to pick up the skull after.
Yeah.
Fatality.
fatality.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Probably got a lot of legal to do with that, but I think we can make it happen.
We'll talk to the commission.
We'll talk. Yeah.
You could probably do it in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
They got the chic money over there, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I mean, so they say that they're the richest people in the world.
Yeah.
They're not on any Forbes lists or anything, but like these sheiks, these princes of like, they're all oil money.
That's crazy.
So their money is endless.
But then what happens when like you go electric?
Who's the biggest biggest? So
Real quick, go ahead, bro.
the biggest people pushing electric are all Exxon and everybody that owns.
Yeah.
So the guy's trying to push them out of the water.
Well, so Dubai, what they're doing, since like you said, everyone is going electric.
Right.
The reason why they're creating this like Las Vegas atmosphere, like 100x, is because they want it to be a tourist destination. That's how they want to get their money.
So scratch the oil.
Well, once that ends,
because
they're seeing where the world's going, it's a possibility. So they're just kind of making like the best tourist attraction in the world.
Well, you still need to burn oil to get electricity in a lot of places. So it's
but it's a lot different as opposed to like
the demand would drop out
differently.
Yeah, but it's basically it's oil. It's not even gas. It's oil. We use oil for everything, for plastic,
pasta,
making this shit for pasta.
Yeah, but it will change. That's why they're creating such a So real quick, there's a funny story. There's this like designer from like New York. She's like highly looked up. I forget her name, but they flew her over in Dubai to create like this hotel just to make it kind of look like New York. So she like in her mind she's going all out, whatever. And she like once they're finished, they call the sheiks in and they just like look and they're like, no, we got to make this better, like more gold every. You know what I mean? Like they're just
gold.
just like big gaudy, like
just add gold to this.
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, those guys.
Yeah.
Like their money is doesn't.
Yeah.
Like their toilet.
Wow.
They probably shit like in a gold fucking toilet. You know?
My thing is like, yo, what do they eat? You know what I mean? Like
camel.
You think is that the thing? Like is that what you eat if you're?
No, so they're all Muslim. They're all Muslim, so it's all kosher stuff, right? So it's all.
It's not called kosher. It's called halal.
Halal. Jewish are kosher.
Right.
Yeah. So halal stuff.
That's
so,
crazy.
but also for like Dubai, there's no taxes. There's no corporate tax. So that's why they're pushing a lot of like the headquarters of a lot of big companies are just going there because there's no corporate tax, as opposed to being in California where they take away like 60% or some shit.
I'm sure. You have to pay the sheik something for having your business there. It may not be a tax, but
well, I think it's right now they're still trying to just push people into the city, right? So it's a little bit different. I mean, you can buy your own island.
Women don't have a lot of rights as much as over here. Like you have to kind of cover up still. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot different. You know what I mean? But it's a lot looser though than like the surrounding areas, of course. But they still got those rules.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
So speaking of rich people and rich families, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, just passed away.
Yeah.
Hose Up to You.
Another one. Yep.
I can't say Hose Up to the Queen. That's horrible.
Canceled, bro. We're canceled.
Canceled.
Cut the pod. It's over.
Oh my
hose down
gosh,
for
that
that
is. Oh my gosh, that's true. You know what, man? Just I feel
We'll
like I should
clip
be
that,
like,
right? Put that on TikTok. We'll target England.
Yeah, so the you know, I don't know too much about it. I've been doing my own research the last couple of years, but I mean, she was the longest reigning member of royalty in England's history.
Wow.
So no one was reigned as long as her. Now, of course, she didn't have other kings trying to come kill her every fucking day.
Yeah, right.
Like back in the day. So, I mean, it was beneficial towards her.
You know, it's crazy, man. I traveled to England a few years back, and I was outside Buckingham Palace, and you're outside, and there's this like huge ceremony happening. People are gathering outside, and it's like you feel like something's about to happen there, right? And it's called the changing of the guard. So what happens? It's at the end, like I laughed because I'm like, it's literally what it is. It's a shift change. Like, all right, bro, later, Peter, you going off? All right, I'm gonna cover your shift, bro. I'm gonna come in now. That's literally what it is. You have one guard group coming off, and then the new guards coming in. But it's like a whole thing. It's like you have like.
Are those the guys that like stay still?
Yes, bro.
How long is their shifts? You know?
I don't know. I didn't ask them. I have no clue. That's a good question. That's a good question, though. Yeah, that's a good question.
I wonder, like,
the Queen's Guard.
I mean, what happens if they have to sneeze or throw up?
Nah, they probably train. They probably train like you don't sneeze.
You think so?
I would actually. You know what? I probably would think so though.
They probably like got some surgery to take out their sneezing.
Yo, that's crazy.
No,
Maybe.
No way, bro.
That's how rumors start, bro. You heard it here first.
They probably got Botox, so they can't have any facial expressions. Even if they do, you can't tell because his face is too tight.
That's great. I mean, hey, crazy. Look, that's worth looking into. So you know what they should do? We should make like a Netflix series on those guys, because dude, that'd be fascinating. People would love to know that.
Maybe it's such a big thing because they're respected for what they do, for just standing still for hours on end.
Yeah.
So it's like a celebration, man. Like, you know, thank you for protecting our queen.
Like, I would love to be friends with one of those guys, because then it's like, you know, your buddy Joseph. I go get drinks with Joseph, and it's like this guy's telling you all the stories that he hears, and like, you know what I mean, like everything that they probably know that they just can't tell anybody else.
So they celebrate when they change, like
yeah, bro. It's like a huge thing, bro. It's like everyone's outside, cameras, like it's insane. It looks like a parade almost.
So every day,
literally every day.
It's like the Bellagio fucking water thing.
Dude, yo, literally that. It's insane, man. It's insane. All just for the changing of the guards.
Well, I mean, I don't know, like, what her exact power is today, right? Like, or the king now. Like, I don't know what the royalty's exact power is. They say it's just in ceremony, but it just can't. It can't be just that if the prime minister still
goes to them.
Still have to deal with them. Right. If their faces are still on money of countries that are across oceans away from them, like, it can't just be in ceremony, right?
Yeah.
They may just say that, but there has to be like they probably got like the balls of everything, you know.
This was like controlling everything else around them.
Yeah.
I have no idea, man. Makes you wonder, like, now who are they being left with now? Like, in whose hands?
Yeah. Are
they in capable hands? Who knows? We'll find out.
I mean, he's like 70-some years old, right? Probably like going to reign for like 10 years, and then son comes in. I don't know. I mean, long live the king.
The queen.
King? The king now. Now it's
the
long
king
live
now.
the king.
Long live the king. Ah, now, yeah.
Now it's long live the king. So, I mean, I'm American, so like we're like fuck kings, you know. But I like the royalty stuff. It fascinates me.
This shows, man. I know my sister's big into The Crown on Netflix.
Amazing show.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, we're watching it right now.
Okay, yeah. Now it's like the #1 show on Netflix, as you could imagine.
What is it called?
The Crown. Oh. So it kind of tells the story of her life. And kind of like how she grew up and all that kind of stuff. Huh? Well, no, it's been out.
Oh, okay.
Now it's just like
I thought it just released, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're
no, right, yeah.
No, it's been out for a couple years now.
Okay, got it.
But this, like the same thing. This is what we did. We had the heat wave. We're like, what the fuck? We're not leaving the house. We're sitting from this AC.
Right.
What are we gonna watch? I was like, oh, let's watch The Crown, the Korean. Like, oh, let's check it out. And a couple episodes in, and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I gotta check that out.
And even if it's just learning the history of it, just fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this music since we are a music podcast sometimes.
It's true. Sometimes.
I do want to get into. I'll start with what I was most excited to talk about was Antwoord, The Answer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call them. They said it's not Antwoord, it's The Answer.
The Answer.
The Answer.
They're not from the U.S., right? They're like Dutch, or are they German?
They're South African.
South African.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have their own culture, which is called Zef, and they're basically like the kings of it.
Is this the guy that has like a shaved head? Like, they have like a very interesting look to them, right?
Yeah,
Like a very specific look to them.
She has like these bangs, right? Have you seen Chappie? Fuck, you gotta watch Chappie. I think it's on Netflix.
Is it, oh, it's a show. Okay.
Yeah. It's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie, and it's basically the guy who did like District 9 and Elysium.
Okay.
That director is from South Africa.
Got it.
So his thing is he made this movie, and they were the two like main actors. And it's a great fucking movie.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite. I watch it all the time. Anyhow, that's where I got introduced to them. The Answer, Ninja and Yolandi. And they're a funky group. But anyhow, this song, Age of Illusion, is pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
You know, I've heard of the name, and I've seen, I want to say like a music video or I heard something of it, and I wasn't a fan initially. And so then when I saw you had added the song to the playlist, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would play it consistently, but I was definitely surprised by the sound.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't what I expected, and I enjoyed it. I liked it, but it's just not something that I listen to on the daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So out of 5 waves, how many waves are 5 being a classic?
Being a classic, I'm gonna give it like a 2.5.
2.5.
I'm gonna put it right in the middle, just because like it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on it. It's very like atmospheric, like the sound and like his voice, like it's. I don't know. It's a very interesting sound.
And I like the drum beat reminds me like that old like 80s like what do they call it, throwback or whatever, like that, like the I don't know what they call that type of music, but it has that like a different sound.
Or what?
No, it has like you hear it right now. Anyhow, I love it. And I love them. I don't like all their music because a lot of it's like hard to digest sometimes, right? But this album or this song itself, I give it a 4.5. I just love the sound of it. I don't know if I give it such a high ranking because I didn't expect it from them. So it's like, oh, it's
It's very mellow. I feel like compared to a lot of the stuff that they put out.
Oh yeah, no, their stuff is like Ninja just raps.
Yeah.
And Yolandi sings and raps, and they're sometimes it's like it feels like they're trying to punch you in the face with the music. You know? So this is like a nice, pleasant, chill, some for like a beach, maybe some shrooms. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me.
I can see the beach. I don't know about the beach. I would agree with the beach. Okay. But yeah, it seems very like spatial almost. Like if you're floating a little bit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of gives you that sensation of like somewhere else.
Oh, we were talking about this song, right?
Yeah.
Has a vibe to it, man.
Yeah, I think that's two. Okay, you know what? I'll go to a 3. I feel like 2.5 might be a little too low, but I enjoy the place that it puts me. You know what I mean?
We call that as like a soft 3.
A soft 3. Yeah, a soft 3.
Yeah.
Good.
It just has this fucking vibe. And it's more of the vibe it puts you like when I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck? I was waiting for it to go crazy because that's what they normally do. And you're just like calm. Like it just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like I can go nice jog to this. I got to wake up early in the morning, play this and not like.
Go ahead. We'll wait for you. You want to go for a jog?
No, I don't jog. What the fuck? I hate running. Do you do long distance running? You play soccer, so you can run for a long time.
Yeah, you know, to be fair, I played goalie for a lot of time, so I was just standing idle. You know what I mean? So, like, that's not really fair to say.
Also, when the coach was like, run laps, you're like, Coach, I don't run.
You know, it's actually, I still had to sometimes. I still had to. But I enjoy running. I don't know that I'll do like a marathon. You know what I mean?
There's this thing that people talk about all the time is runner's high.
That's a fact.
I never got that.
Facts.
I don't run, so.
No, I never run long
like 3
enough
miles
to get
is like
running.
the furthest I've ran, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess maybe if you run in the right place, maybe if you're like running like in the treadmill in the gym, maybe you don't get that.
I mean, maybe you have, like, I don't know. What is it? Can you describe what that is?
I feel like it's almost like when you go to the gym, you get like a confidence afterwards, or like you have like this like. You feel like when you go to the gym, like you feel good after you work out.
So it's not during the run; it's after.
Well, I would think it's, but I feel like also maybe during you kind of get into this rhythm where you're just like this is actually dope. Like you don't really feel like your legs.
Yeah, you're
just going, bro. You're just cruising.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, and if you have a good playlist going, it's like, bro, like it's just you're just chilling.
You know
what I mean? It's like, and if you also like enjoy being, it's like a moment of like of solitude. Like when you're just like it's just you.
Yeah, it's just you.
It's just you. You're breathing. And that's the thing too, man. A lot of it's like when you're running, you got to focus on your breathing.
Yeah.
So if you can focus on that, it's like calming. Your body's relaxed if you breathe in the right way, right?
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's certain things to it. I don't think it's like sprinting. I don't think you get rid from sprinting. You know what I mean? Like I don't enjoy doing.
I get tired.
I don't enjoy doing suicides like on the field and like, oh yeah, this is dope, runner's high. You know what I mean? But I think you can get it after a certain maybe type of running.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah, like the only like euphoria I feel from suicides is like, thank God it's over.
That's exactly yeah. Like you feel it when it's over.
Yeah, that's
like completely
leg day. Same thing. Like okay, thank God it's over.
Yeah,
leg day. Yeah, for sure. Like,
but I feel because that's like a lot of pressure and like a lot of strength going into certain moments or like explosiveness. But when running's more just like you go your own pace. You don't got to be running fast. You can go on a jog. You can go on some nice little brisk walk.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go into "Handle Me" by Lewis and the Yakuza, and featuring
Adekundele Gold.
Say that again.
Adekundele Gold.
Adekundele Gold.
Did I even say that right? I might have just been making his name up right now. Adekunle Gold. I added an extra D I think in there.
Yeah.
Adekunle Gold. This song is dope. This one is straight up my alley.
So what do you rate it?
I'm giving this one a good 4. Only because I feel like 5 is high. I feel like 5 is like it's a classic.
Yeah, it got to last forever.
So I'm gonna give it a good 4, like a 4.2.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm going for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I picture myself. Maybe this is like a more Afrobeat thing where it's like I picture myself on the beach. I feel myself chilling, like as the sun's going down. Yeah, just like palm trees waving. You know what I mean?
I haven't been on the beach, so
you can hear the waves in the background.
Yeah.
You have those little string lights with like the little light. You know what I mean? Like you're somewhere tropical. You feel me? Like you're somewhere like that. You just feel like maybe like you got a little shirt with some buns down right here. And you just like dancing.
Chest hair.
That's a little taco meat coming out.
Exactly,
yeah, that's exactly where I put myself right there.
Yeah. It's a nice vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like what I like, it's not 4. I feel like it's 3. Like if you put it on, I'm still gonna love it. Like I'm still gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna love it. It doesn't give me that.
Yeah.
But I it's not a bad song. I'd give it a 3.
3?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's. I mean, Adekunle Gold. You know, he doesn't. He for me he's either really hot or like sometimes he misses for me. But
fair. So in this one he misses, you say?
No, it's just good.
Okay. Neither hit nor miss. He's just there.
It's like if you play, I'm not gonna say change it.
Okay. That's a good way to rate it. Are you skipping the song or are you not? And if you're not, all right.
I'm not skipping.
Okay.
Let it bang.
Let it play. All
right. So Mr. Manny Wells.
Manny Wells, man.
No closure.
Manny Wells, man. Manny Wells. I heard of Manny Wells when he came out with a song called Peace. That song's a classic. That song's a good one. So this is a new song that he came out with. I believe it came out, I think, last week or maybe this week. No, last week. A little 2-track EP. 2 songs.
2 tracks.
It's 2 tracks.
Isn't it just a single with a B-side? Why is it an EP? I guess you can't be a single. You can't be like a single. Can't be like a cassette tape and then flip it over, right? So, I guess it has to be.
Because I feel like if it's either a single, it's a single.
Yeah.
You can't have 2 and call it a single, right? I think there's rules to this, and I just don't know them.
Oh, so there used to be something called the B-sides. Are you familiar with that? So like when they would drop a single, there would always be a second song on it, and it would be the B-side. It's when you flip the tape over, or on a CD, it's like when you get a single, you get like the single, you get like the instrumental,
right,
and then you get like a last song after, like by itself. I won't get the instrumental.
Right.
That's usually the B sides. And then so I guess that would be considered in the old ways when you would buy music from Radio Shack or fucking the warehouse.
the Virgin Megastore.
Yeah.
Right. Sam Goody. You go to Sam Goody and buy your music.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe that's how they do it, right? Two track. You kind of throw like little throwaway song in there, and then you throw like the good one in there.
Yeah. See how they because like the single, it's like that one's for sure.
Right.
We know the formula that one's gonna hit.
Right.
The second one, it's like let's test the waters.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. You know, what a lot of rappers would do, like Jay-Z, for example, would put that radio hit on that one, and then just throw like a mad street song for the B side.
And you know what's smart? It's like you do that. Maybe nowadays, like streaming too, it's like you put the heater on it, and then you throw like the little throwaway song on there, because that way you automatically not have to play it, but it's playing right after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, there's no escaping the beater. Yeah. Unless you hit skip, but it's like if you just heard that song, you're like, oh, let me get this next one a shot, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can kind of just like sneak some streams in there, you know?
Yeah, I also give this a 3. I enjoyed it. I need to listen to it more, though. I think I need to give it more listens.
I mean, I think to be fair, I'm just like, I've been heavy on Afrobeat for like the past few months. So that's mostly what I'm playing. So that's kind of, that's where I'm at. I'd give that one I'd give that one like a higher 3.
I'll probably give it like a 2.5, probably.
Okay.
Now this song fucking surprised the shit out of me.
Yep. Same.
Did you hear this one? Miss Cali Uchis.
Yup.
How do you say this in Spanish? No aile?
I didn't even, what's that? Yeah.
No
Let's
aile?
see. No aile.
What does that mean?
Let me see where it is.
No aile.
No aile, it means like there's no law.
Oh. Ley is law?
Ley is law, yeah.
Listen.
It just makes you want to, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
That's like the club. That's like the club hit right here. Like it's like the club record. It has like a throwback vibe right here.
Yeah,
like that sounds more like, you know,
that's disco or something like that. 80s.
Something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I picture myself, close my eyes, like I'm like in a dark room. I feel like a strobe light playing.
See,
I mean, I'm
lock,
sweating.
You lock rooms with lock eyes with the girl across the room. You're like, all right, let me just.
And then it's like you have like.
Let me do the Steve dance real quick.
That's it, yeah.
So she could, and then this is roping her in.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing here.
Exactly.
You're roping them in.
Now you're catching on, bro.
Yeah, I got
It's taking you this long.
Yeah.
That's it. This one's a good one, man. I really enjoyed this song. I'm hoping this is a little teaser to the album coming, maybe. The first song off the album to remind you who she was. She never left.
So, like, I remember her when she was like the second performer at like Camp Flognaw, like at 12 in the afternoon and shit, right? You know, and you're like
one of the smaller names.
Yeah. It's like her and then Georgia and then you know. And I was like I liked her stuff, but that's when she was only doing English, and she just fucking found her vibe in Spanish.
Yeah.
Where now she can, it's not much difference of an artist, but I see Jeremy over here who doesn't normally listen to shit. How's that? How great does that sound?
Easy listening, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, to me that's a 4.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with you there. I'd agree with you
4.5. I mean, this probably lasts a long time. I'm hoping this takes me to a good place for her album.
I would hope so. Yeah. We get her some airplays. You know what I mean? Play her on the radio a little bit. Play that song out. I like that.
I don't listen to the radio, but in my car, what I do is it takes a second for my phone to connect to the Bluetooth.
So you get like a little snippet of the radio?
Yeah, and what I do is I usually keep it on Spanish.
Okay.
Not because I want to listen to Spanish. I just know if it's on Power 106 or K-Day or whatever. It's the same fucking song. It's usually like the same fucking song. So what I would do is sometimes I'll put on like Ranchero, like that station.
Oh, wow.
Just to get the banda. So just kind of fuck up my ears so I'm not hearing the same shit.
Got you.
But this is something I won't mind listening to.
Neither would I.
Ever. I think it's great.
I like this song a lot. A lot.
Let me see if there's anything else we have. This is Late Night Jiggy. What more? I'm not sure if you checked this one.
I haven't heard this one.
Late Night Jiggy. He does a Spanglish thing.
Okay.
He's like black. I don't know if he's Guatemalan or something.
Okay.
But he has a great vibe. Definitely check this guy out. I think it's coming up next. He's been consistent.
I mean, I like what I hear. I'll tell you that.
Afro beats.
Yeah.
You know, do some good stuff. So here's the last song. We're gonna do How. How? Oh no, fuck. We got.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know there's one you want to talk about.
Fuck, Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
Outside.
It starts and it makes you feel nasty. You know, only because it reminds you of that sample that. Wait till you say, "Mama, let me whisper." You know, like it reminds you of that, and it's like it takes you somewhere.
There's probably some kids that don't even know where the sample came from.
And that's fair. And yes,
Wait till you see my dick.
Hey girl.
Wait till you see my dick.
You know, that's actually kind of funny because when me and my mom had me pretty young, so she's like our generations as far as music are only like a decade apart.
Mm-hmm.
And my music tastes come from because I listen to all her stuff in the 80s and stuff, Madonna and shit. So she used to say something about like when a song would come out like in 2003 or something, she's like, yo, this was just a hit like 10 years ago. And I'm like, that was old because when you're young, it's so old. But now that we're older, it's like, yo, this was just like, you know?
Yeah.
A couple ages ago, we were having fun of this song. Right? So, like, he didn't, I guess it's at least 15, 16 years.
This song is pretty old, man. This song isn't recent, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of been the wave lately. Like, I mean, actually for a long time, too. It's like you kind of get these nostalgic hits. You do a little rework to them. And you kind of tap into that old market and maybe like, but I think he missed with this one. I think it was a miss.
I think it was a miss. How are you feeling?
I think because I have that the same thing, you know, like the old sound in my head.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really do it for me that much.
You know, surprisingly, that's what I thought I was gonna hear when I was reading about it. I actually quite enjoy this.
Do you really?
I don't know why.
That actually surprises me. This entire time I thought you were gonna rip the song.
You are a nasty guy, so I mean.
Well, you know what's funny is I feel like he took a classic beat, and I'm maybe only saying this because like I want more Bryson Tiller, right? So maybe if I say this encouraging him, maybe he'll hear this and maybe he's gonna come and release some shit.
Maybe he'll be here next week.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
But you know, like the last hit he actually had before this was the Riri song like 4 years ago, which was also over an old beat. So maybe he's like, maybe that's
Santana joint.
Yeah, so maybe that's what I have to do. Like, he might be the biggest.
True. Okay.
He might be our era's not one hit wonder because he had a couple hits, like one album wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh man, that album was so good, bro.
Fucking, he is trap soul. Like trap soul, that sound that we love, is basically like came from that album.
I don't know anybody else has done it as well as he has. The trap soul sound.
Yeah, I mean everyone. I mean you got Future. He has. I mean,
but
Party,
like, oh yeah, okay.
Tory.
Okay, actually, you know what? I take that statement back.
I mean, even Drake stole a sound for a minute. You know, so, but I mean, he embodied that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, it seems like he's like a teenager trying to figure out who he is right now. You know, and unfortunately, that's not working for him. So I do agree that it's not maybe his best work. I do think that he's fucked up. Something's wrong with him. He needs something. Maybe this is the
jumpstart to get back.
So I'm like, yeah, people like this song, so maybe we can get more, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
no, I mean, I'm telling you, he came out with that Diddy song not too long ago.
How was
the song was alright. I actually enjoyed that one.
So you think this is like a
I think he's slowly maybe getting back on his feet, maybe getting his feet back in the water and trying to get back into it.
I think he was on Nas' album too.
Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think he might come back.
Maybe this is like a push.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
getting his confidence back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think so.
Or maybe he's running out of money.
or the former, yeah.
Or the former, that could be it. So I mean, I still give it a 3. It's not like I love it. I'm not gonna like run to it, but I just enjoy you know.
Now, see, this is one I'd skip. I'm gonna give it like a 2. Yeah.
Perfect. Jeremy, what do you think?
R2.
R2. Below average.
A little bit.
Yeah. Not the greatest. Okay, so let's leave on a good tip, at least for me.
Okay, yeah.
Elderbrook featuring Tourist.
Legends.
Howl.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how big Tourist is. I don't know no one else that listens to them except myself. So I guess you two do.
I know Angela listens to him.
Yeah.
I know,
So I like their stuff. I'm a huge Elderbrook fan.
Elderbrook is also great.
Huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, quick snippet of a short story actually. First time I did shrooms, I woke up the next morning like, what the fuck? Like something was like I could feel like my brain rewiring. Like like I was just trying to like figure out what I was feeling and seeing and putting everything together.
Yeah.
And me and my girlfriend at the time, my wife now.
There it is.
Your ex-girlfriend?
My ex-girlfriend.
Bro, I've always thought about that. I'm like, how funny would it be to introduce your wife as your ex-girlfriend? Like, I mean, come on.
So me and my ex-girlfriend.
I'm gonna use that. Yeah.
I just bought my car, and so we're like, oh, let's just take a cruise.
Yeah.
We'll go to like Long Beach, and I played his last album, just randomly. It was like the next album up, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like 4 songs in, I just played that whole album driving there. I was posting pictures there. I was tagging all his songs and all like my Instagram videos. This guy is amazing. And
New fan.
I've been obsessed ever since. He sings, he produces. Wow. It's fucking amazing. And Taurus is fucking great. But
Taurus is dope.
They just produce, right?
I don't know if it's one person or two. But
there's no S
whoever tourists, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many of them it is. But I do enjoy their music. I remember actually, bro, I've listened for a long time now. Actually, I remember hearing them for the first time when I was in college out of state. That was fresh out of high school. That was like 2011, 12.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, so it's been a minute, man, and they have some really good. Whoever it is, good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of their stuff doesn't have words.
Yeah.
So I like to that's what I listen to when I'm like reading or trying to do something where I don't want words like disrupting thought.
Right.
You just want to be in a vibe, and they're a full vibe all the fucking time.
100%.
Have you heard the song yet?
Not this one.
How's it sounding?
It's a vibe though.
Yeah,
it's a nice vibe.
It's almost like a pool party kind of situation.
Pool party,
you know what I mean?
beach. Like it makes me like when I remember summer. This is like if I was making like a little video,
a little reel of like the summertime.
Yes.
That's a great. This
reminds me of when I used to work for Tall Group. This reminds me of an edit that I did for Beauty and SX. So it has that same vibe.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can 100% see that.
Recap of summer video.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
And I'd probably give this a 4. I just love Elderbrook.
Yeah, I enjoy.
I'm very biased.
This is dope. I like it now.
4.5. I mean, I might.
This is dope.
I'm gonna pitch. This is already on like my regular like playlist I like to listen to.
Agreed. I like this one. Yep.
This is dope. I like it.
Yeah.
Probably the best song out of the whole list, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, I want to thank Steve for joining us today.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You have to come back.
I'd love to be back, man. Thank you for having me, bro. It's been an honor to be here, man.
It's been a lot of fun.
I've been watching you guys for a minute, so I was happy to finally be here.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So being the end of summer,
yep,
this song is perfect for it. Elderbrook, Taurus, Howl, and summer's over.
Thank you. Man, I'm happy about it. I'm not a fan of the heat. I'm ready for the sweaters. I'm ready for the blankets.
You know, the end of the summer was brutal. They hit us with the last heat wave, like the last knockout punch.
The only heat wave.
Is it over though?
I don't think so. In LA, California,
I don't think that it's like over.
Almost over, but it's not. It's gonna be warm until like the end of October.
Well, I like in my head growing up in LA, summer is basically Memorial Day to Labor Day. Because everyone in LA is so like Halloween heavy. I don't know if it's like that everywhere else. But once you hit like Labor Day, you have
it's the stores already got the Halloween stuff in them.
Yeah. It's fall already. You know, you go back to school. You go back to school in fall. Summers are off.
Yeah, they try because we don't really have seasons like that, but they try to push it with like
right.
Stuff,
and then that's probably why, because the leaves don't change. You know, it's always green. You know, it's like stuff that built in my head because I was on regular tracks my whole life. So summer you're out of school, fall you go back to school.
It's ingrained in you.
Yeah, now it's exactly. Like you have like a 9 to 5. You're like, I don't even know what summer is anymore. Yeah. I don't even know what summer break is.
Yeah,
just that traffic's less. That's it.
I'm looking forward to Halloween for some reason this year. I don't know.
Are you dressing up?
I want to. I don't know what though, but like.
Do you ever? I don't recall. Do you ever dress up?
last time I dressed up, I dressed as Will Smith.
Did
And,
you really?
Well, like in this episode of Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, right.
Wait,
There,
what'd you say? You're stupid, bro. No, that was when he remember like how he had like all those kids and he's doing like the performance with the
sunflower?
Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
That's dope.
great.
That's a good
The
one. That's a good
sunflower
one.
thing.
Yeah, that was
That's
fun.
dope.
I think this year's supposed to be Bruno.
You're supposed to be
Supposed to be.
your girlfriend, maybe.
Bruno Mars.
No, Bruno, like the guy
Oh,
from
okay.
Encanto.
Oh, that Bruno.
That Bruno.
No, I thought you meant like green thong.
Oh,
There's multiple
Bruno. Yo. I actually might change to that. She could go as someone from Encanto. I'm gonna be that dude.
Yeah.
She's like, I didn't mean Bruno. I'm like, you didn't say which one. I'm gonna show up with a green dog.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
Yeah. You know, like every year we're like, we're gonna like plan beforehand, and we never do, and wait till the last minute. We have to do something. This year Halloween we're gonna be in Vegas, so I'll see you there.
What?
Yeah. I have to go to a wedding. My goddaughter's getting married, so
Okay.
we'll be out there. But as far as costumes, we gotta find.
Bro. Okay.
We'll split a hotel room. We'll be good. So yeah, I think I don't know. I want to do something big. I want to do something fun.
Me too. I don't know. It's like I feel this year I wanted to, but
Yeah,
we'll
my
see.
sister normally works at Halloween Horror Nights
Oh, really?
and Universal. So
Did she get like discounted tickets for
Was she
friends and family?
well, she normally does. This
Okay.
year she's not.
Oh, she's not doing it.
She's not. So
She has to have a plug.
Yeah, right. I would
Yeah.
think the same.
we'll see. I
Okay,
don't know. I'm not even. I haven't talked to her about it, but I definitely want to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Halloween.
Put her on the pod right now, bro. Call her up. Be like, yo.
We need headphones. Anyhow, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow.
Yep.
Tell a friend.
Salud, bro.
And let us know what we should dress up as, because we want to dress up.
Yeah.
Which Bruno should I be? Should I be the green thong Bruno, the Encanto Bruno, or
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars? That's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, I got 3 options.
There's no other Bruno?
Not that I can think of.
Not that I can think of.
Perfect.
Bruno. Wait, Bruno, isn't that Popeye's enemy?
Brutus.
Oh, Brutus. My bad. All right.
I'll be him
Close
too.
enough.
Bruno's a dog, too, no?
Yeah, I was trying to. Anyways.
Anyhow, hose up.
What's up?
Stay wavy, baby.
That's it.